Main chick versus side bitch.
Epilogue. Kiera.
Dwayne has been gone a year, and the tears haven't stopped. In fact, they got worse. I stood out in the cold of the cemetery, our child in my arms, the fall leaves on the ground, saying a few words to my husband. He looks just like you. I can see it. I wish you were here to see him. The baby's head turned as if he saw something. Children knew best when evil was near, and when I turned my head, I couldn't believe what I saw. At the road, I saw her getting out of her car. And if the baby wasn't with me, I would have charged her, slammed her to the ground, and killed her, pushing her into her final resting place in the dirt. I love you, baby. I said my goodbyes and headed to my car. As I got closer, our eyes locked on each other, and she stopped in her tracks. Kiera, hi. How are you? Don't talk to me. Don't you ever talk to me. I spat the words at her as I slid my baby into his car seat. I just wanted to tell you I'm sorry. I didn't mean... I slammed the car door, walking over to the bitch and getting right in her face. Sorry for what? Sorry for telling that bastard where I lived? Sorry for trying to steal my man after I told you to back off? Then after you found out we were married, lying and saying you were pregnant. The tears flowed down her face, but I didn't give a fuck about that. Now my son doesn't have a daddy. And on the few days I come here to see his father, you don't even have the decency to stay away. She looked back and forth from me to the car and then to Dwayne's grave. I didn't mean for this to happen. You had my daughter taken away from me. You told that judge to deny my custody hearing. I looked at her sideways, trying to figure out what the hell she was talking about. Your daughter? Bitch, I've never said anything to any judge about you, your daughter, or anything else pertaining to you. The fact that she thought she was that important to me was stupid. Yeah, I looked into her background, checked out whatever open cases she had, but I would never try to intervene in anything like that. Hell, if I did, I would lose my law license. But that day, I saw you in Midtown near the court. This bitch was crazy for real. I am a lawyer. I work in that area. You simple-minded idiot. Do you think I would do something like that? She nodded her head, wiping away tears from her eyes, and that's when I knew it. We were all involved in a love triangle with a man who couldn't keep his dick in his pants. All of that was a setup for confusion, and all this was a huge miscommunication. And if Dwayne would have been more of a man, I wouldn't have been in this cemetery right now. You know what? This is our fault. And look at where we are now. There was nothing but the wind and the rustling of the trees and falling dead leaves blowing around over headstones. This is where men like Dwayne lead you. We spent that time on him, almost killed each other, if not physically but mentally. We fucked each other up and now look at us. I looked in the car window at my son. He was napping now, but one day he will ask questions and I won't know what to tell him. How do you explain to a child that his father is dead because he was fucking a married woman? I wanted him so bad. Arian was crying now, but I was all cried out over Dwayne. I missed him, but our relationship was toxic. He was a sick man with issues, and that's why he couldn't stay faithful. Too bad I didn't figure those things out until I buried the man, went to counseling, and had a baby. If I had discovered those things years ago, my child wouldn't be here and maybe things would be better. But maybe it was meant to happen this way. I shook away the woulda, shoulda, couldas. I just want to be free of this bondage, Arian said, and I agreed. Well, go and be free. Know that the devil may have won the battle, but the war is over. I don't hate you anymore. I forgive you. I wish you nothing but the best. I sounded like some kind of politician, but I really meant the words. I was glad she came. At first, seeing her face dredged up all those old memories and hatred in me. But just like my psychiatrist said, the issue lies within me. I allowed this man to drag me through the gutter, and it was Dwayne who I should have been upset with. not this woman. And in the end, I can only control me, and I must forgive. Reaching out, I extended my hand to her. She stared at my hand at first, probably not sure if I was going to come around with my other fist and smash her skull in. I wanted to do it so many times, but today I was just over the bullshit and problems. God bless you, I said and reached my arm out further. Finally, after a few seconds, she shook my hand. God bless you too. I thought touching her would mean my hand would disintegrate in the dust, but nothing happened. We shook hands like two normal human beings. It was settled. We were no longer in this imaginary ring fighting for this prized man that was really more of a dud. I've done a lot of things chasing a man who couldn't be a man, and now I'm done with that. Before I could finish, Arian pulled me in for a hug, and as much as I didn't want to, I wrapped my arms around her. We both cried there in the road in the cemetery. Cried for the loss of a person in our lives, the father of my child, my husband, and my addiction. Dwayne was all of those things for me. You see, some people are addicted to drugs, but my drug of choice was Dwayne Coleman and everything about him. I was willing to do anything to keep the man, even spend my savings, give all of myself, including my sanity, and sacrifice my life. All of that to say I was his. And now that meant nothing. I'm just so sorry. Arian cried, and so did I. I just wanted the devil to know he didn't have a claim to me anymore. I would tell my son the truth, that no matter how painful, you have to be a man of understanding and a man of integrity. Being a hoe might be exciting, but can also get you killed. And unfortunately, I had to experience that with his father firsthand.